To the state budget now, just a handful of days left to get something passed. Senate Republicans coming back from a weekend in Mackinac, where the men who want to be the next governor debated for the first time. Political reporter Rick ALBIN reports from the island.
Michigan State Republicans spent the weekend on Mackinac Island. Every 2 years, they come here to prepare for the coming election cycle. Next cycle, 2010. Focus, governor of the state of Michigan. 5 potential candidates for governor squared off in a debate, and each said what they thought was the most important issue facing the state. From Attorney General Mike Cox.
Well, that I'm just not talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. You know, people can see what my plan is. People can look at my record. I've done more with less, and I'm talking about a tax cut and spending changes to move Michigan from the worst in unemployment to be the very best.
To Congressman Pete Hoekstra.
Jennifer Granholm has basically made Michigan into an economic dust bowl. She has turned off the engine of economic growth. Michigan's better than that. We can rebound. We just need the right leadership.
Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
I can actually talk about what I've done. I was a leader in the Senate when we faced same and similar circumstances. We cut the budget, balanced our budget, and we also invested more in education every year. When I left, we were a AAA bond-rated state, ranked one of the best states in America.
State Senator Tom George.
I think people need to know that in order to fix Michigan, we need some serious structural change. And it actually needs to come within health care, because that's the biggest single expense in the state's budget if you add up all the components.
And businessman Rick Snyder.
There's a group of professional politicians standing up there. It's time to reinvent Michigan. We need a business approach. Our government should be a customer service business, not a bureaucracy. And we should be responding to our citizens like customers.
While the Republicans were focusing on their ground game, Democratic Party Chairman Mark Brewer was also on the island, saying that this group of candidates, in his opinion, is second tier.
You know, from what I saw in terms of the debate today, the real losers today, frankly, were the voters of Michigan, because what they heard were a group of second-tier candidates spouting a bunch of empty partisan rhetoric for the umpteenth time.
The decision on who will be the next governor of Michigan is still more than a year away, but the race has already begun, and we'll continue to follow it from now right through next November. And coming up next Sunday morning, you'll hear more detailed answers from all 5 candidates running for the GOP nomination on To the Point. That's 10 o'clock next Sunday morning, right here on Wood TV 8. On Mackinac Island, I'm Rick ALBIN, 24-Hour News 8.
As for the state budget, lawmakers will not be in session tonight or tomorrow in observance of the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, which begins at sundown and runs through tomorrow night. It appears Social Security is close to paying out more than it takes in. Government officials say payouts will top tax collection in the next 2 years due to big job losses and a surge in early retirements. That would be the first time that's happened in history. Though the government projects deficits in 2010 and 2011, a $2.5 billion surplus will more than cover that shortfall. Stay with us. 24-Hour News 8 will continue on Wood TV 8.